When selling your house, it's vital to check out what else is on the market so you can stay ahead of the competition. So I'm giving 3 sellers the chance to do just that by snooping around each other's houses.
Oh, it's beige! it's almost like going into a stately home, isn't it? Right.
OK.
Today, there's an empty shell.
Yours is definitely consistent, but what it is that it's consistently bare.
And some very bright colours.
This room is just ruined by the colour.
But with work to do at all 3...
The bad news is it's going to cost us more than we thought, but...
Will the buyers plump for any of them?
First impressions.
Today I'm in Rochdale, Lancashire, trying to help 3 homeowners all looking to sell. And looking to buy a bigger family home with their 2 children are Joe and Nick.
Well, I think it's fair to say that you're slightly jaded with the whole house hunting process. How long have you been looking for?
About 6 or
7 months now,
Yeah. And is it like every weekend it's let's go look at houses?
That's all we do.
Yeah.
Look at, what we're doing this weekend. Let's go and look at another house.
Why haven't you found the right house yet? Are you very fussy, or is it just it's not got you?
Initially, we said we were looking for our sort of home, our family home, forever home, and I think that's maybe
Put a little bit too much pressure on ourselves, I think, to say, we need the perfect house. Ideally, I want sort of like a nice kitchen diner, sort of family room, and some outside space as well for the girls.
The girls, OK.
A character property would be lovely, but really it's a property that works for us is what we need.
Yeah. I mean, are you prepared to do work to a property? Or not?
Not particularly.
No, Cynthia, no.
I'm not particularly handy now.
OK.
It's not very handy. No, I mean some work, but yeah, it would be much better for us if it was something that we could just move into.
Yeah.
Pretty,
Budget-wise?
Up to around 250.
So 250 is the kind of top whack.
Yeah.
Then? Right.
Yeah.
OK. It's going to be easy.
Well, maybe not that easy, but I've found 3 properties that match Joe and Nick's requirements and all within their £250 budget. My first seller's a retail manager, Liesl, and her husband, Stuart, who works for the council. Over 12 years, they've painstakingly restored their Edwardian home.
What we've tried to do is retain that period feel. The hallway was completely white. Over about 14 or 15 months, I spent a couple of hours every night peeling the layers of paint back to get back to the original.
And they keep saying, have you not got it done yet? Have you not got it done yet?
Bet that was helpful, Liesl. Keeping the period feel means the decor is dark and a little fussy.
I don't particularly like minimalistic. I do like old.
My sense of style is
Oh, sorry.
whatever Liesl's sense of style is. Liesl has all the style that we need between us.
Anything for an easy life, eh? Their Edwardian semi has 4 bedrooms and decent outside space. Plenty of room for buyers Joe and Nick's children. It's also the cheapest of my 3 houses, on the market for £210,000. Next up is teacher Stephanie, who, with the help of boyfriend Luke, is selling her childhood home.
Me and my brother grew up here with my mum and dad, and then unfortunately in 2008 they both passed away, and so me and my brother just decided to modernise it, and then we had a good few years here and really enjoyed that, and now we're both kind of doing our own thing, so it just feels like a right time to kind of sell.
Having moved on means the house is now empty, but Steph's style remains in the low-key decor with a very modern twist.
When I was redesigning the house, I really thought how to keep it modern. Got speakers in the ceiling, got a television in the bathroom.
When I came in, it did seem amazing because I'd never really seen a house with speakers in the roof, but obviously I love that kind of thing as well.
Stephanie's modern detached home has 4 bedrooms and the open-plan living kitchen that my buyers Joe and Nick are after. The most expensive of the 3, it's on the market at £250,000. And my final seller is Fran, who's enlisted friend Helen to help her sell the house she shares with her husband and 2 girls.
I've stuck to a particular theme and a bit of cream and maybe a bit of magnolia thrown in to be a bit wacky.
Yeah, go wild with the magnolia.
Go wild with that magnolia.
Yep, lots of magnolia, but there's one room that stands out from the rest.
The dining room was kind of one of the first rooms that we did when we practically moved into the house.
I think at the time it worked really well, and I think it has a real kind of Gothic almost feel to it.
Perhaps now it's quite dated. It feels not very warm and inviting as perhaps the other rooms in my house.
You said it. Fran's pre-wall semi has 3 bedrooms and off-street parking. It's on the market for just under £220,000. So it's Stuart and Liesl in their period property, Stephanie and Luke in their modern home, and Fran and Helen in Fran's pre-wall semi-detached.
Now, each vendor gets the chance to look at each other's homes and hopefully pick up some tips and ideas on how to boost their own property's chances of selling.
Our nosy rounds begin at Liesl and Stuart's Edwardian 4-bed.
Stuart and Liesl's turn-of-the-century house has bucket loads of history and views to die for, but I'm slightly worried that their love of all things period has meant that it's turned the property into something that's very dark and feels a bit like a museum.
First to arrive are Stephanie and Luke.
Looks a bit unfinished.
First thing is not keen on some of the pots that hold the plants.
Yeah, it's better than a skip.
Yeah?
Yeah. With an old mattress in it, maybe.
Not fancying a soak then, Fran?
Brown is the key colour.
Looks like a London museum.
Not 100% on the wallpaper, just because of the wood panelling at the bottom. Kind of makes it feel a little bit, like, even darker.
It's very dark, by initial sort of impressions in here.
It's dark, it's
It
quite
could maybe do with lightening up.
Reminds me a bit of your dining room, Fran.
Just a little bit old-fashioned. I like the furnishings.
Yep, furniture really helps to sell. You should try some at your place. Upstairs, it's more museum chic.
It's almost like going into a stately home, isn't it? It just gives you that feeling when I walk in that it's just a little bit haunted.
Look behind you. Spooked in here, but stumped in the spare room.
Right.
Okay.
This is weird.
I wouldn't call this a bedroom.
Not really in anything room at the moment, is it? It's just kind of like walking into a bit of a corridor, isn't it?
No, I'm not liking this. Makes me feel warm, getting hot flushed.
On the market at £210,000, maybe the price of this place will cool Fran down.
All right, OK.
Okay.
I'm just...
Yeah. I thought it'd be a bit more than that, to be honest.
So.
Yeah.
210, that's probably about right, isn't it?
So, after the look around, Steph has seen the difference a bit of furniture makes, and Fran has noted that dark decor does not appeal. Our next snoop is at Stephanie and Luke's modern property.
Steph and Luke clearly adore this house and it holds lots of memories for them, but the trouble is, in the process of trying to sell it, they've stripped it of all the furniture, and unfortunately, cold and empty shelves do not command high prices.
I quite like the little raised beds there, because they just
they're
give
next
a
door.
feature. Are they next doors?
I think so.
Well, I think next door have got it right.
And I'm sure the neighbours would be delighted to hear that, Stuart. Let's get inside.
Oh no. It's just so empty and echoey, and it's got a really cold feel to it and almost clinical. And
I was going to say it's like a laboratory.
I'm not sure what these are. Are these the units or cupboard space?
It looks almost like 2 planters, one on top of the other. Well, that's a waste of time.
Upstairs, the master bedroom is leaving the rivals wanting more.
How'd you get into bed?
That's not how I get into bed.
even if you took that wardrobe out,
it
still wouldn't make any difference, would it? Because your bed, it's only this width.
At least they can fit a bed in, Liesl. At £250,000, this house is the most expensive of the 3.
I think our house is looking like increasingly good value to a buyer.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. Yeah, I think because of the smallness of the rooms, size does matter.
That's what they say. So neither rival taking inspiration from the modern look here, though both have areas back home that could do with updating. The last house up for a quick squiz is Fran's.
Fran's house has obviously been a well-loved family home, but I'm not sure it's working as well as she thinks it is. A mismatch of styles and some pretty uninspiring bedrooms. I feel that she needs to inject a bit of life back into the house.
Nice presented, I like the topiary bushes at the front.
Garden looks better, just like our garden, it just looks pretty. Not great at this moment, does it?
Oh, but there's potential.
Yeah. All right.
It's a pot or two short of your front garden, Liesl.
Oh, it's beige. Right up my street.
It is. And it's woodwork.
And it's woodwork.
Painted skirting boards and wood panelling.
Yep, just like yours, only brighter.
Well, red.
Crikey.
OK. This room is just ruined by the colour.
I think the red just really closes the room in and really brings it in on itself.
So red's not right then. How about some magnolia?
Ooh, I love this. It's neutral, but it's warm, whereas ours is white and it can feel a little bit cold at times. Yeah. So I don't know whether that's something to think about.
Yep, it definitely is. And upstairs is another bland room.
TV on the wall.
Oh, God, it's a massive one as well, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, God, no. No.
I do like the colours because they match, but I think it's got a certain blandness to it.
I agree, and next door's no better.
This makes no impression whatsoever. Just very bland, colour-wise.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a taste thing. Someone might come in this room and be like, wow. But I don't know who would.
They're right. Bland decor can really leave buyers cold. This house is on the market at just under £220,000.
I think that's quite a lot of money.
I think for £220,000, I would like to be able to move in and have everything done.
It's a lot more homely.
A lot better presented, isn't it?
Well
straight
presented,
away.
and it's not like this is ours. Look
Really
at our
good first impression, except for the dining room.
So, food for thought for both sets of sellers. I'm in Rochdale with buyers Joe and Nick, who have been looking to buy a 3 or 4 bed house for over 6 months.
I was quite disappointed. I thought it'd be a really exciting thing to do, but it's become a bit of a chore, yeah.
Hopefully I'll be taking the chore off your hands, as I've lined up 3 houses. But before they view, the sellers have had a snoop.
Okay.
It's better than a skip.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it's beige. Now the sellers have had the chance to check out their rivals' properties, I'm coming armed with a few home truths. But the big question is will they agree with what needs to be done to their own properties in order to attract a buyer?
I'm starting with Fran and Helen.
Looking at the other people's properties, your competitors' properties, what did you learn? Did you learn anything at all?
Not really, if I'm being perfectly honest.
That's fine. Do you think you've got the edge?
I think so, if I'm being a little bit cheeky about that, yeah.
Down to me to show them what's needed then, starting in here.
I totally see what you were trying to do with this room, and it's worked. You know, you're going for that kind of rich, opulent dining experience. What it does, however, is it feels quite dark.
Yes.
And it doesn't really match the rest of the house. It jars a wee bit. What sort of colours do you like? You're quite neutral throughout the rest of the house, aren't you?
I think for me that maybe something along the metallic silver or
silvers,
keeping it nice and
blues,
neutral
greens.
still, but yeah.
No, you do love a wallpaper.
Yes.
You could just do panels. You could go crazy and do the whole room. And also little things like, I'm a big fan of grouping objects together.
Okay, yep.
But different shapes and different sizes. Let's borrow him as well. Literally, within like, can you see?
I can, yeah, I do.
The difference?
I do. I'm with you.
We've got to go upstairs now. The rest of it I'm not touching because the rest of downstairs is perfect. So you lead the way, Helen.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that was an easier sell than I think upstairs will be.
One of the things that some of the other sellers picked up on was the TV. TVs in bedrooms are a bit of a no-no. Apparently, you're only supposed to do the 2 S's in your bedroom. One is sleep and the other one is so. Is there a way in which you could get rid of it while you're trying to sell the house?
I'm afraid this is the football lounge.
Right. Yeah, he'd kill you for that then, wouldn't he? Yeah. It might be an idea to think about a way of tidying up the cables and the box because it's all just a bit messy. You need people to walk in and think, oh my goodness, this is an amazing space. I could really see myself in here.
I think there was a lot of brown going on.
Yeah.
I think with a lot of, obviously, the wood furniture as well, maybe.
This is the cream and brown thing. I had a bit of a phase for it a few years ago.
Lots of people had a phase for cream and brown. Colour-wise, I think sort of blues and pops of raspberry and plum and those kind of colours would work really well in here. Right, okay. Jessica's room?
Yeah.
Jessica's room. So Jessica's bedroom, who is about to become 17 tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, I vaguely remember it. It needs a bit of zhuzhing, which I think is the technical term. It's almost there, but it's not quite there. I love that colour. You know, I'm thinking maybe have that wall papered and then the other 2 walls that you paint that colour.
Right, okay.
Yeah. You can do wonders with this Formica.
Okay.
Well, there are lots of paints on the market now called multi-surface paints, and I'm thinking be bold. Go like a peacock blue or something really strong. Much more modern, much more up to date.
Yeah.
Since they're making the right noises, I'm going to show them exactly what I'm talking about.
You need to make sure that your surface is clean, so there's a little bit there that could do with, so just give it a sort of wash over.
Right, okay.
And then you have to provide a key for the paint to set onto. Right. Quite a light sandpaper, you don't need to go too much. And then literally, just do that. And then you use just a normal soft paintbrush just to get rid of all the excess particles and make sure that it's completely clean and free. Are you ready for this?
Yes. Yeah.
You're definitely going to change these.
Let's do it.
Now, I've chosen this colour, which I think would work really well in this room.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look how quick.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that looks really good.
And then just literally, you can buy these, you can get all sorts of different ones. There are ceramic ones, there are glass ones. I think the glass ones look really lovely. I won't put it all the way down because obviously the paint's still wet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So look at the difference. Do you think Jess will like it?
I think she will. Yeah, we'll ask her.
You can give her a job.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Get painting. This is a fantastic property and it has so much going for it. And I think if they can update the dining room and the 2 bedrooms, then hopefully they will get it sold very soon.
There's obviously a lot of work to do, so I'm kind of thinking there is just 2 of us and might just have to have a little bit of help here because we're doing 3 rooms and that's quite a bit to get through.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, Fran's got the trickiest of clients to handle, teenage daughters. First job, shopping for wallpaper.
Today I'm looking for feature wallpapers and really lovely paints to complement the wallpaper.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah, blue. Is that what you're liking, Molly? You're thinking you're going with the blue theme?
I like the blue.
You're liking, well, this is a good start then, isn't it, girls? I think we're agreeing on something. For once, yeah.
All good for now, but shopping with teenagers is never going to be easy.
Let's look at this one.
No, I've seen it on that, I don't like it.
Do you not?
No.
Doffin? No. It's this one?
No, that's a no.
Really?
No.
But just when hope is all but gone...
I like that, actually, I do. Yeah, that is nice.
Oh, yes.
I'm a fan of that.
Oh, that's pretty, actually. I think that's an agreement.
After a bit, though.
At last. Next, I'm heading to Steph and Luke's, where I'm hoping the Snoops have shown them that they need to soften up their high-tech home.
Did you learn anything from looking at the other 2?
I think some of the other houses were, in one room it was modern, then it went back in like 50,000 years. Whereas I think with this property it's kind of consistent throughout.
Yours is definitely consistent, but what it is that it's consistently bare. A couple of the other sellers, when they walked in, one of the things they said is, well, we don't understand where would we put everything? Where would my sofa go? Where would my chairs go? And I think that that's what needs to come back into this house. All the speakers that are sort of hanging on for dear life and the wall bracket and you know what, you don't need to go crazy in here. I'm not saying kit it from top to bottom. I'm saying give people an idea and an illusion of what they can have. Because at the moment, it's a little bit mismatched. You've got white here, you've got... What is that colour out there? What would we call that?
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino. It's a bit latte. You've got a bit latte out there, you've got the green in here. So if you could make it more sort of uniform, do you think that you feel that by keeping it neutral, people will be able to...
Yeah.
That's what I kind of thought, is that if I came into a room now, I'd love to have the speakers set up, the bracket on the wall, the DVD racks. So
Is that what they are, DVD racks?
Yeah.
Because no one knew what they were. When the sellers came in, they were like, what are they? People really need to see a space lived in. Is this hard for you to let go of this house? It must be quite difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to detach yourself from it, which I know is very hard. But we can help, absolutely, and we can get it sold, and then you can go to Australia to see your brother.
Yeah.
Selling her childhood home is obviously tough for Steph, but this work is key if she wants to move on.
So this is your master bedroom, isn't it? With the most fantastic ensuite bathroom. That is just stunning.
Thank you.
This, however, again, is very empty. And that's something that the sellers picked up on. They came in and they said, well, you know, obviously it's a bedroom, but we can't see it as a bedroom.
I've literally just gotten rid of all my furniture.
And now you've got to get it all back. Well, not all of it. I mean, I think, you know, in an ideal world with a limitless budget, I would say dress it as a house, the whole thing. But we don't have a limitless budget and we're not in an ideal world. So in order to get it sold, you need to create the dream. I really feel for Steph. This house holds so many memories for her and now she has to let it go. They've fallen into that trap of thinking, let's make it a blank canvas and then people can visualise it in their own space. Unfortunately, a lot of people can't.
We both felt a bit defensive, didn't we, that we would have to change things.
But having thought for
We've thought for a little bit, haven't we, and can definitely see the benefits.
It'll be worth it, trust me. First up, those TV brackets need to go, and once again, Steph is feeling emotional.
Even though it's a TV bracket and speakers and it sounds ridiculous, it's quite a big thing, really. I do trust what Amanda said, so hopefully it will work out for the best, fingers crossed.
And toes, Steph. Finally, I'm at Stuart and Liesl's, where the Snoops have left them feeling reflective.
We were quick to pick up on imperfections in the other houses.
Yep.
When we came home and thought about it, those imperfections were replicated and more in our own. So I think we've got to be more critical of ourselves.
So you've become a bit more critical?
Yes.
OK, well, let's tackle your house then. Who's got the pot fetish? Me. There are a lot of pots in a relatively small area. So I would suggest stripping it all back and starting again. But instead of having sort of grasses and pansies in there, get some big, strong plants.
Nothing too taxing outside, now for Stuart's pride and joy.
It is so rare to walk into a hallway that has such stunning architectural features and is so big and imposing. But what you've managed to do is make it feel a bit like a museum. It's a combination of all of it. So you've got that dark leather look, then you've got this sort of bottle greenish wallpaper.
Yeah, from the second I put it on, I absolutely hated it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it just makes a really big space look quite small.
See, what you could do is you could go for quite a much lighter wallpaper here and then just paint the top bit there. Is it going to be you two, or are you going to get someone in?
It was a really, really big job to do the whole stairs and
do something like this is horrific. I would suggest getting the pros in.
I don't think I'm going to get it done in a week. It's so big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we can but try. Upstairs, 3 of the 4 bedrooms are absolutely fine. But one of them...
So here we go. Your 4th bedroom. It's compact, isn't it? It is. These things are the bane of my life. I see them in so many houses, and whilst they provide incredible storage, they literally half a room. It will instantly put buyers off. If buyers are looking for a family 4-bedroomed house, they're only seeing 3 bedrooms here.
Yes.
This has to go.
Yes.
I absolutely love this house. I think it's got some fantastic period features and huge rooms. The overwhelming feeling, however, is one of darkness. It feels quite stuffy and a little bit like a museum. I think they're really up for the changes, though.
It's good advice, and I think we'll, where possible, follow it up and do the work. I'm sure that if Liesl's in charge of the budget, the £1,000 will disappear in no time.
That may be so, but it's Stuart who's first to make a dent in the budget as he and son Jacob head to the garden centre.
Amanda's brief was something big and bold that made a statement. We've got to get something that's big enough to not look dwarfed in the pots, I think.
But with no Liesl, Stuart's losing confidence.
Does that make a statement?
It makes a statement.
Does it make the right statement? I need your help, so...
I don't know a thing about plants, though.
I know, but you can take your share of the blame, can't you?
Oh, OK. I see what you're doing here.
Right.
I don't think one would like that.
She wouldn't like
that.
I don't get that. I don't do it.
Are you scared?
I'm going to have to check. We want your advice before we make a final decision. Yeah, they're like a palm tree that's on the ground. You know, like you've got in, that's dead, but these are green and alive. I think we're done.
Nothing else, was there?
Nope.
OK, yeah, we're done.
Ready?
Yeah.
Nice work, lads. Having been given the chance to check out the competition by looking around their rivals' properties, my 3 sellers are now mid-makeover, all hoping to attract an offer from my buyers Joe and Nick, who've been living with Joe's parents while they look for a house.
The time's come to try and find our own house where the girls can move into their own bedrooms and you know, sort of have our own space again.
With just a few days before Joe and Nick come round, my sellers are all hard at it. Steph and Luke are at a local charity shop looking for furniture to fill their empty home.
Sofa.
Sideboard, potentially.
Bedside tables. Maybe a few lamps, mirrors.
We're trying to decorate it in our own taste.
But then I don't think that's a bad thing. I really don't. Because I honestly do think that we've got good taste.
Funny how they all say that.
Also, within the shops, it's very like dated. It's either too expensive and tacky or old.
Have a good route around. I'm sure you'll find something you like. Finally, Steph and Luke buy a bed, a mattress and a sideboard for just £90. At Stuart and Liesl's, they've spent £240 on wallpaper and have hired a decorator to bring light into their dark hallway. But Liesl can't help getting stuck in.
Oh, this wallpaper would rip off really fast.
Just leave it.
Sorry.
To the
You know I
decorator.
love ripping off wallpaper. Oh, sorry.
Should have listened, Liesl.
Let's knock it back in, no one will notice.
Lessons learned as they leave the hall to the professionals and move on to dismantling the massive wardrobe in the spare room.
The last time I saw this wardrobe empty was probably when I built it 10 years ago.
Careful.
Ow.
There's the blood, some sweat and tears, and the wardrobe is almost out.
Are you all right there? Yeah? Right. Liesl, time for a brew.
And that's what we have kids for, isn't it? At Fran's, she's ready to ditch the red in her dining room and has hired decorator Dave to do this room and the 2 bedrooms for £560. First job is to line the walls.
If you don't line them, what'll happen? When you put your joints, it'll look fine while it's wet, but when it dries, you'll see a red line down each joint, look a mess.
Yeah. Upstairs, Fran's father-in-law is prepping the built-in wardrobes with a white undercoat.
Seals, because a normal paint, if you put it on melamine, it would just scrape off.
Back at Steph's, they're warming up the living room. They've bought some funky wallpaper and Luke's dad is helping hang it. But Steph's got her concerns.
I'm just scared of it clashing with the green tiles. I don't know, I'm very matchy-matchy. Like, if I was going to choose a colour, I'd probably choose green, just because I'd be, like, scared of it clashing.
It'll be fine.
There's lots to do, so Steph gets painting the conservatory. And Luke, well, he's supervising.
Don't forget to do nice, clear strokes. Once we've done the wallpaper and the painting, I feel a lot more kind of happier than I think.
My arm's aching.
Come on, Luke, get another paintbrush. At Stuart and Liesl's, decorator Stephen has hit a hitch in the hallway.
The plaster has stuck to the paper, it's not adhered to the wall, it's just come off with the paper, so now it needs replastering.
Fixing and redecorating is going to cost around £500, half their budget.
The bad news is it's going to cost us more than we thought, but...
So while the hallway is on hold, Stephen moves on to the wardrobe-free spare room, while Stuart and Liesl give their front garden a quick facelift.
What we need to do next is get rid of all these plastic pots up to here, right? So
I suppose in one respect it's nice to be out, but I'm just thinking while I'm out here, the inside work isn't getting done and we are on a really tight deadline. And because Liesl's at home and we're working together, I'm the labourer, as always.
see, that looks loads better.
I've seen them do this on the television. Teasing the roots out.
Titchmarsh, eat your heart out.
So they try and
Don't batter them, though. There's a difference between teasing and battering. I don't think Amanda will like this plant.
I don't care.
I've got an offer.
Don't worry, Stuart, I think it looks lovely. Back with Fran, decorator Dave has finished sorting the red dining room.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness me.
Wow, what a difference.
Oh, my gosh.
Different room already.
While upstairs, his colleague Jimmy finishes off the 2 bedrooms. But there's one change that's not going to be made.
And is John getting to keep the television?
Yeah. So, OK, so the television gate. I have had to compromise, but what I have decided to do was get an extra tin of paint.
I'm going to paint it turquoise, John. You can put the wallpaper on it.
Though Fran's happy with the blue on the walls, she's now worried about the colour of her furniture.
I'll be honest with you, I've had a bit of a stress with the paint. The paint is very, very bright blue and it's just not going with the pine at all. In fact, the pine stands out like a sore thumb. It looks awful. So we're trying to go for a shabby chic look.
There's a lot of pine to cover, so Fran's got help.
Do we sand them down now after we've done a first coat? Is that the idea?
It doesn't say anything about sanding there.
Oh, well, don't sand.
Yeah,
I hate sanding.
That's right, there are furniture paints you can buy that require no sanding or priming at all. Certainly makes a job like this a bit easier. Steph and Luke are nearly done, adding warmth to their empty living room.
I think because it feels really fresh and new, it's just felt like giving it a bit of life back into it, which has been really nice, actually. I've enjoyed it.
Big open spaces can be hard to dress, but zoning furniture and using feature walls to distinguish different areas will really help. And upstairs, the master bedroom is coming together too.
The wardrobe's been sold, and hopefully when the bed comes in, the focus will be on that it's a bedroom, not a wardrobe with a bit of space.
Last job is placing the bed.
Looks brill. It's all coming together.
Downstairs, the living room was an empty, echoey space. Now, with some key bits of furniture and a bit of personality in the decor, it's much easier to visualise how the room works. Total cost around £480.
Are you pleased with the transformation?
Really pleased.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't have to compromise too much on our own style, as well as making it feel homely and making it, letting people visualise what it could be.
This is lovely. This works so well on this wall, doesn't it? It's quite a bold statement, but it's not so bold that it would put people off.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Has it been okay for you to change it around?
It was difficult at first, but I've been really excited about all the changes that we've made, and I love them. Like, I could live here again.
And I might.
Upstairs, the empty look made the bedroom feel even smaller than it is. Dressing the room shows how the space can work.
Now it feels like a master suite, and it just works to any potential buyer in here. They can now see what it could be like. It looks brilliant. I bet you're also glad it's over, aren't you? Yes.
Need a break, miss.
Yeah. All we need to do now is sell it, and with the profits, you can go off to the Maldives for a couple of weeks.
That'd be
Sounds good.
At Fran's, she's nearly done too, and is dressing her no longer red dining room.
I love it. I'm so happy with it. I think this is probably one of my favourite rooms. I love it.
It's weird.
Weird.
But in a good way.
In a good way, yes.
Previously, this room was overwhelmed by the dark red colour on the walls. Now, having spent around £250 on wallpaper and decorating, Fran's brightened the room and brought it into line with the rest of the house.
You clever girls.
Thank you.
You have done so much in such a short amount of time.
We have.
Yeah. What a beautiful, beautiful transformation.
Thank you, Amanda.
It's so much brighter, so much fresher, and it just feels really modern now.
Yes.
But yet it also is in keeping with the rest of the house.
That's right. It just flows now, doesn't it?
It works, doesn't it?
Upstairs, Fran has spent around £600 transforming her drab master bedroom into a colourful boutique space.
I've had a sneaky peek at the master bedroom. Master bedroom looks wonderful.
Yes,
very, very different. Had no chance getting that plasma screen off the wall though.
No, I'm afraid not.
No, it was worth a try. But painting the furniture in there has made a huge difference.
Yes, it
Lighter,
has.
brighter,
Yeah,
fresher.
a lot better.
Jess's bedroom is the one that I want to see. Can we go and
Okay,
have a
yes,
look at
of course
hers?
we can,
Does she
yeah.
like it? That's the big
She
question.
loves it.
Excellent, excellent.
Her daughter's bedroom was bland and felt dated. With the wardrobes painted and matching decor and dressings, it feels much more modern.
It looks incredible.
Thank you.
It's just been transformed. Are you pleased with it?
Really pleased.
Yeah.
The wardrobes, I was a bit worried about the colour.
Now they've come up a treat, haven't they?
I'm so amazed that we've been able to do it.
With my buyers due any day, work is nearly complete at Stuart and Liesl's too. The hallway has been replastered and the wallpaper is going up.
Ooh. Oh, no, I like that wallpaper now with the paint above it. It's like anything, isn't it? You see them a million miles away, and then all of a sudden it all just comes together really, really fast.
Final job is assembling a daybed for the spare room.
It's been really hard work, but it's been really good fun.
It started off really good fun. Now it's really hard work.
Would you do it again?
No. I would do it again, because I do think it looks a lot better than it did.
It's definitely been worth it, Stuart. The hallway and the landing were dark and foreboding with a don't-touch museum feel. Now they're bright and elegant and give a great first impression.
Are you pleased with the way the hallway looks?
Delighted.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm broken. Stuart's like, I just want to go to sleep. I'm so tired.
Liesl's got a really nice bright wallpaper above, and I've managed to keep the leatherette down below as well.
It's worked out
Really.
perfectly. Yeah. It's really in keeping with the house. It makes such a statement when you walk in the door. And I think that for any buyer coming in, all of a sudden what you've created is a very impressive entrance hall, and it just opens it up and makes it feel so much better.
Stuart and Liesl have also worked hard to improve first impressions at the front. They've spent around £145 on new plants and streamlined the mismatched pots.
And outside looks great as well. Just those few little changes, getting rid of some of the pots, putting those big, strong plants in.
Yeah.
It's such a shame the weather's so rotten today, because it would have made a massive difference if the sun was shining, but it still looks fantastic.
Upstairs, the smallest bedroom has gone from a corridor with a wardrobe to a usable space. It's still small, but it's now definitely a room.
It's amazing. When you think back to what this was a week ago, you only had about this much space in here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just looks perfect. It's very light, it's very fresh, and every colour and every accessory that you've used complements one another. So well done you, top marks.
Thank you. I did say to Stuart this morning, actually, I think we need the rest of the rooms doing now, Stuart. I'm in a real roll with this now. Can we just carry on?
I'm in Rochdale with buyers Joe and Nick, who are looking to upsize to a family home with 3 or more bedrooms and have a budget of £250,000.
Ideally, we want to be in our own property by the summer.
Well, here's hoping you'll like one of the 3 houses I've lined up. The sellers have breathed new life into their homes with the aim of securing an offer. Fran has stitched the red dining room and added some warmth to the forgotten bedrooms.
It has been so worth it. I mean, the results are... Well, they speak for themselves, don't they?
Stephanie and Luke have injected some character into their modern but empty home.
I have really enjoyed it. I think it'll definitely help people to envision how they could live here.
And Stuart and Liesl have worked hard to improve their first impressions.
Just seeing the house in a better light than it was before does make it worthwhile, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Is that laughter of exhaustion, Liesl? Time to see if the sellers' hard work has paid off as Joe and Nick come to view. We're starting at Stuart and Liesl's, where I'm hoping the modernised hallway will give a great first impression.
I don't think it's very often that you find these big, imposing entrance halls.
It is, isn't it? It's an impressive entrance. Yeah.
What do you think? What are your first impressions?
Nice,
It's lovely. It's one of the things that I would have wished for on the wish list is a nice hallway. It's nicely decorated.
You like it?
Tastefully done, yeah.
We'll do a bit of a tour. Let's go this way.
Upstairs, along with the 3 main bedrooms, is what can now be counted as a 4th.
This is what they use as their guest bedroom.
It's got a nice flow about it. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't watch too many of these programmes. But yeah, it does. It flows nicely.
Saving the best to last, I want to show them the real wow factor of the house.
This is the lounge. Come all the way in because I want you to see the views.
Oh, they're stunning, aren't they?
That window, it's huge.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think the girls would like it?
Yeah, loads of room for them to run around. And
Yeah. Let's talk price, because you've obviously looked at a lot, not mainly in this area, but you get a rough idea of what you're going to pay for property. So how much do you think this is on the market for?
I would say 245.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say roughly maybe 250. I think it's I think it's probably top end of our budget.
Yeah. It's 210,000.
Really?
Is it?
Is it really?
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. That really surprises me because there's a lot of house.
Me too.
For the money, yeah.
Yeah. And it's all tastefully done, you know, it's ready to move in.
Yeah. Lots to think about.
Worth considering.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
Good vibes from this house, and I've still got 2 more up my sleeve. Next, I'm taking them to Fran's. Alongside the modern kitchen and sitting room is the now revamped dining room.
This is the formal dining room for people that don't have children under 5. What do you think of it?
It's nice. We've seen this online.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly, I think it was kind of like a dark red, maroon sort of colour. It made it look quite small and dark and...
Yeah, it was a bit oppressive.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, let's get upstairs, because this is obviously not as big as the Victorian villa.
No.
It's only got 3 bedrooms. They're all good sizes, but let's see whether or not that will be the deal breaker.
Upstairs are 3 bedrooms. First, the modern, sleek 2nd bedroom.
So this is the teenage daughter's bedroom. She's just turned 17, and what you have is this bedroom, then the master bedroom, and a slightly smaller bedroom. In terms of style and size, would you change much?
It's quite tasteful, and the fitted wardrobes as well.
Do they go
really useful.
How far back do they go?
They go back a lot. But let's go look at the master as well, so you can get your bearings.
I think you could pretty much move in as well, apart from obviously putting your own taste and style and cosmetic stuff. Though it's no big building or renovation jobs needed.
No.
I like this house.
Yeah.
The downstairs space I really like, and I think you could sort of knock through from the kitchen into and make a big family room. Yeah, a lot of potential. Definitely worth having a think about though, and I'm glad we've had a look at it.
Glad you came in. Didn't just dismiss it.
Correct, yeah, it just shows.
See, always worth having a look. Sounds like Nick's already moving in. Before they make up their minds, I still have 1 more to show them, and that's Stephanie and Luke's.
First impressions.
Wouldn't be my first choice.
No. Not your first choice because...
In terms of
style
and build
property,
and what have you.
What I think this house offers you as a family is bags of room for you all to be together. It's got 4 bedrooms, all decent sizes.
Yeah.
And it's also got, out of all of them, this has the open plan living that I know you in particular, Nick, you really were quite interested in seeing. But let's get inside and see what you think.
It's modern, so not their ideal, but next to the ModCon kitchen is the stylish large living room they're after.
Initial impressions, now you're inside the house.
My first thought is that where would you escape to sort of get a bit of peace and quiet from the kids? I know it sounds awful. But
Manchester,
I suppose
Liverpool.
Yeah, it's very open plan, isn't it?
Well, you said open plan. Is it now too open plan?
Yeah, I was meaning more sort of kitchen diner and then having an extra room as well.
Okay.
But it's a big space, nice, bright, airy space.
Okay, let's have a little look upstairs because you've got to see the bedrooms as well.
So downstairs isn't wowing them, but all 4 bedrooms upstairs are a good size. I'm starting in the newly designed master bedroom.
This is where you come and escape the pesky kids.
Yeah, it's quite narrow.
It is.
Thinking about
It is, but it's long.
Yes, it's long.
Yeah, I get the feeling the ums and the ahs here aren't wow.
No, it's not wowing.
You seem a bit flatter in this one than you have in the other properties. What are you thinking?
I think it's just it's more boxy.
It's just too open plan, and I don't think there's any way you can just go and shut a door and block out the noise.
It looks like Stephanie and Luke's modern house is out of the equation. So will it be Stuart and Liesl's period property or Fran's 1930s semi?
So it's been a bit of a whirlwind of a day, hasn't it?
Very much.
We'll start with the Victorian villa. What was it that you loved about that house?
I think the character. It feels like a really solid family home, and it's got, sort of really lovely features, and like you say, lots of space.
Yeah, and for the price, it was well under budget.
Yes.
Which obviously you've got to take into consideration.
That then leaves us with the 1930s semi.
We like it, the downstairs in particular. The living space, it's a good space. There's plenty of room or scope to sort of knock through the kitchen and make it a big family diner, stroke lounge area. I think we would probably go back and have another look.
Good luck. Hopefully you will get your Saturdays back soon.
Thank you very much
for
your help. It's been fun and it's been an eye-opener.
I shall wait with breath that is bated, because I'm sure, hopefully before the girls leave school, you will find your home.
Thank you.
So Fran and Helen are getting a second viewing.
Yay! It's great news. High five, sister. Yeah. Brilliant.
And the others are feeling hopeful their work will pay off.
I just hope that one day somebody will come, like it, appreciate it and buy it. Yeah, that'd be even better.
I think the changes made are a positive one and will have a positive impact on selling it in the future, I think.
Yeah. Some people like that modern style of house, won't they? So it'll be perfect for someone else in the future.
Sadly, Jo and Nick decided not to second view Fran's house, so she's still awaiting that buyer.